Good evening, folks. I'm going to come and share with you today a card that was by request. I've never made one of these cards, so I prepped what I think is this card. I've only seen one tutorial on this card. I have seen these cards all over. It is called an open book card. Now, I've seen them where they just lay flat. I see the cut ones and the score fold ones where you can pop it up. I'm going to do it, my twist on it, my take on it, and I'm going to teach you how to make one. And of course, this is the first time, so we're building this together for the first time. I'm going to be using what I have left over of my Imagine collection. These are the pieces that I will be using. I have already pre-inked and done all the things. So I'm just going to explain to you the measurements and how I did this. So the first thing you're going to want to do is, this is the size I did. So I did 5.5 by 4.5, scored down the center and folded. And then I take the center and I fold it up. And then again, I fold it back down. So you have those score lines twice. This is what creates your easel. So I did 5.5 by 4.5. Card. So I think you cut it, at 11 inches and then 4.5 inches. So this will be the card. I did ink distress everything with tea dye by Tim Holtz. I also cut out a solid piece that is also 4.5 by 5.5 because this is our top base right here. And then what I did was I cut 3 pieces. Of course, you can already see because this is going to be a Mother's Day card. I've already stamped this. Slightly smaller. So depending on how you want to mat this, you can do 1/4 of an inch or 1/8 of an inch matting. This one I did 1/8 of an inch and then the rest I did 1/4. So you'll see why. And then this is going to go on the inside. I just die cut this out. I was going to make it this shape and then change my mind. It just was too small. So this will be what's on the inside. And then of course my little banner piece that already has foam mounted, so you'll see why. But we'll probably go ahead and glue the inside first. So this is my inside piece. Of course, I'm using my beautiful art glitter glue. And I'm going to glue this down to the inside because this will be a lot harder to glue to the inside later. I like to do it first because there's some folding involved in this, so this will be kind of fun. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this. I glue it down towards the bottom, not necessarily up towards the top. So there'll be a gap there, but you will not see that anyway because the easel hides most of that. See what I'm saying? Okay, so let's work with our base. So this is the first piece we put down. Now, this is 5.5 by 4.5, so I've cut this down to 5.25 by 4.25. And what I did was I folded it in the middle, just slightly to the tip right there. And I put it in my scoreboard, and I scored 1/8 of an inch on either side of that line. Okay, so it gives you that 1/4 of an inch. I can't really tell in this paper, but you can fold it. So it gives you that 1/4 of an inch, kind of like a mini album. See what it did there? It gave me that little fold line right in the center, 1/4 of an inch. So when it folds this way and this way, you see the 1/4 of an inch gap on both sides. Pretty cool, right? Okay, so what I do is I take that and I just glue right here. But before I do that, I've noticed that this other gal in her video went ahead and took the edge of she took and folded it, scored it on the edge of a table. I can't position my camera to do that for you, so I'm going to roll it here, and you can roll it too. So it gives you the pages kind of like that, okay? And then I'm going to glue this piece right here, and we're going to glue it down to the center of our mat. So I'm going to go ahead and use my art glitter glue for this as well, because I do believe it's the best glue ever. And I'm going to take my mat, and I'm going to center it the way it would be centered, so it gives that little bit of room all the way around. Okay, and I'm going to just burnish that with my fingers and just pop them back up a little bit. Do you see how that looks like a page there? Pretty cool, huh? So then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take my glue into some of the corners here, and I'm just going to kind of push them in just a little bit, and I'm going to take glue on this side and just do a little dab here and a little dab here on both of the corners, and I'm going to put it in just about 1/4 of an inch, just to give it that little bit of book page. You see how I did that there? I didn't want to do it to this right here because I kind of wanted it to see through so it looks like a book. Now you can do it either way, but I kind of like it that way. So we're going to do this side the same way. Yeah, I like pre-stamping everything before I show you guys stuff because that way if I mess up, I don't mess up on camera. At least I try not to. All right, so now we have that gap on both sides, just like that. And then we're going to do the next one. So then that one was cut at 4 1/4 by 5 1/4. So then the next one, kind of the same thing. You can see my score line. Depending on how you want to mat it, you just want to make sure you fold it in the center. This is how I do it. Or you can divide it in half. Fold it down the center and then do a score line on either side of the center. So I'm going to go ahead and try to score this one on the side of my desk here, which I know you can't see. I'm sorry. It's just easier to do, I think. Actually, it isn't. I'm going to roll it. For me, that's easier. My hands don't work as good as they used to. Okay, so I'm going to roll that side. I want it to look shabby anyway. It's why I just stressed all the edges and everything. Okay, see how that worked out? So now those ones are folded. Again, glue down the center. I'm going to go ahead and glue the center of this one because that one's harder for me to see. Okay, so there's the center of that one. And I'm going to go ahead and center it in where I can see, or it's showing on both sides here. Beautiful. Beautiful. Move it around just a little bit. Okay. And burnish it in. And I think I might actually, yeah, I'll go ahead and pop this one up too. So go ahead and take your paper, your glue right here onto your paper on the corners. And just, oh, it didn't want to stay down. Uh-oh. Let's try that again. I must not have burnished it enough with the glue. That's okay. We'll just do that right one more time right there. There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to pop this up just ever so slightly like that so you can see the paper under it. Give it a firm press. You can also use clips and things too, but this glue usually dries pretty fast. This paper is really good paper, very good glue, and yeah. There we go, it's drying perfect. Okay, so I'm going to go to this side and do these two corners. Do you see how it's starting to look like a book, folks? Yay! So just a little bit up so you can see the pretty polka dotted paper under. The ones I saw were more, they looked more like a book. I don't know, I think this is just more fun. Okay, so last but not least was this one. I stamped Mom, and then thanks for always being there for me. Happy Mother's Day with love. I'm going to go ahead and fold on these score lines because it's our last one. And I forgot a piece. That's okay, it'll show in the still photographs that I post in our group. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and roll these outward, you know, to give them that roll. Probably be better if I actually had a round pen, but it was the only thing that was that thick. Okay. Beautiful. All right. I love it. And I love that it's all shabby and pretty. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and glue the bottom of this one. Really good down there. Isn't this beautiful paper? It's the last of my Imagine paper, which I just loved. Okay, we're going to put that right down the center here. Oh, it's so pretty so far. What do you think, folks? Isn't that beautiful? Okay, now let's go ahead and glue these ones down. See, like I said, I don't know if this is how it's done or not. The video, the one and only video I saw was just, yeah, it just wasn't, I don't know. It was hard to follow. I guess maybe I was calling it something different. I don't know. So many different names. Storybook card, open book card. I like the open book card idea, so that's what I'm going to call it. Because that's kind of how I remembered learning from. Okay. By the way, folks, I gave myself a black eye today. Shh, don't tell. It was actually quite comical. Okay, look how pretty that is, you guys. That is our open book card. Now that we've got this done and our base is done, again, here's our easel part. Only on the bottom, under the score line, do we put glue. And put a lot. Because this is very, very, very top heavy. And then we're going to decorate this. It's going to be so pretty. Now, if you wanted it to just be this, you could just leave it like that. Just leave it like that. You don't have to put the bottom base on it, but just for fun, I would like to put it on an easel because that's my thing. I really enjoy easel cards. Let me make sure I can... You know what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to put this inside or something. Oh, my finger. And there we go. Because there's a gap right there, so I can at least get my finger in there and glue that down. Okay, So here's our easel book. Look how beautiful that is. Okay, so now we're going to decorate. Now what I have done is I've tied a beautiful bow. This was seam binding that came in my kit that I shabbied up. I love it. I'm going to actually put some beautiful things on this. So first I'm going to I found some lace, just fun little pieces of lace that I cut out little flowers of in my stash and put rhinestones on. So I'm going to take them up on the pop dots here, and I'm going to stick one right there. I'm not overly embellishing this, but isn't that pretty? Okay. Then I'm going to take the other one, and I'm going to pop it down below, and then I'm going to put my bow on. So this one I just want kind of to stick out just a little bit because I'm going to put the bow right underneath it, and you'll see. So of course the pop dots, you know I love these things. I usually reinforce it with glue, but pop dots are just the way to go sometimes. Okay, and I'm going to stick this just right underneath that so you can see the bow right there. Isn't that really pretty? Oh, it's so pretty. I wish you could see like the detail. Well, I guess you can. I ink distressed. You can see how pretty that turned out. All right, so now it's on the base. Now in order to make it stand up, we need the easel part. So I'm going to open it all the way up. I have doubled this on double foam. This is going to go straight across. I don't want it to be exactly in the center because I want it to kind of slant like a book. So here's where the center of our piece would be. I'm going to just put it just slightly under. Yeah, I think I'm going to put it just slightly under. Just like that. And push it down really, really, really good. See, and that is our easel base. But before I finish that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put some lace down at the very bottom of this with those rhinestones. I think it's really, really, really pretty. And in this instance, I am going to go ahead and use my fabric tack just because it is fast drying. And I don't have to worry about the other dry. And yes, it stinks, I know, but it's really pretty and it works really well. Okay, so that way the lace up top matches the lace down below. Oh, it's so pretty. It turned out so pretty for my first one. Not bad, huh, folks? All right, that's your finished card. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, and you know me, of course. I probably will mat the backs and the inside. But look how gorgeous that is. Mom, thanks for always being there for me. Happy Mother's Day with love. And you can sign right here if you want. Or you can open and sign on the inside. But isn't that beautiful? So I'm going to add a few more finishing little design touches to it. But I wanted to share this with you on how simple this was to make. I hope you all make one. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment below and ask. Or join Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations where you'll see full photographs of this as well as other designers' you know, all their other projects too. There's so many. Right now they're doing a live tutorial. It's pretty fun. All right, folks, thanks for coming and have a blessed day.